Alright, this is a test of my scopeless rifle setup. During the daytime, it's approximately 1 o'clock during the day. It's bright, sunny. The sky's a little bit hazy. We've had some bushfires over the last couple of days around the city, so the sky's just a little bit hazy. I'm using the EJ230, and in front of that I've got a 135mm camera lens. EJ230 seems to work quite well. It's a not a bad camera. Settings are pretty standard on it. I haven't got anything turned up for nighttime use. So daytime image is pretty good. It's got the infrared filter removed from it, so the colours aren't quite right, but even though they're still reasonable. So that tree we're looking at the moment, that's 145 metres away, and definitely shootable distance. The camera lens, I did actually pull it apart and modify it a bit so that it's nice and firm. There's no play or slop in it whatsoever, so there'll be no point of impact difference through movement of the lens. I don't know about close and far distance, that'll be a trial and error thing, but yeah, I guess you would just sight it in on maximum, and then as you come back it should be okay. Alright, so that's 145 metres. And this tree here, that one is 63 metres. So that's a 63 metre tree. Just refocus in onto that one. That's 63 metres, that tree there. Oh, pardon me. Okay, next object we'll look at is the telegraph pole out the front. And the telegraph pole out the front is 44 metres away. Now it's pretty bright out there, so the camera's turning down, but the image still looks pretty good. The tree behind it, now that tree is 55 metres away. I'll refocus in on that one. So that tree is 55 metres away. And it's a pretty good image. So telegraph pole at 44, tree behind at 55. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll come back to the 144 metre tree. Find it. There it is. Refocus in onto it. Now what we'll do now is we will fit the infrared cut filter. Now this is a screw-on photography cut filter that screws on the front of the lens. Now this replaces the one that I removed, so we'll screw it on. And normally you would just, if you're shooting during the day, you would probably fit this before you start, so you don't have to muck around in the field, because they're very fine threads on these, and they're sometimes a little bit tricky to get started. As is happening right now because we're filming. There we go. Alright, now the filter shouldn't offer any difference to point of impact, simply because it's not changing the lens magnification. Now in this bright light, it hasn't really changed things that much. Colours will be a little bit better. See, that plant's pretty green, but it's really bright out there, so it's not the best for getting good colours. So it's the 144 metre tree. And then we'll come around onto the Another tree. And that tree is 63 meters. So I'll refocus onto that. It's very glary. It's a little bit awkward. Very glary. Like I said, middle of the day, that's why it's so glary at the moment. Alright, now we'll come around onto the telegraph pole. Find it, that is. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, we'll refocus onto that. That's the telegraph pole. Beautiful clear image, that one. Now that's with the UV filter. Screw it on the front of the lens, the colours are a bit better. But because I'm sort of pointing upwards, everything tends to be a bit washed. That's that tree at the back. Pardon me, it's 55 metres. And the telegraph pole is 44 metres. That's nice and clear, that is. Come up to the top, a little bit washed out on top. Now if you were to play with the settings on the camera, you could probably improve that image a heck of a lot. But that is a nice image. Nice and clear. So that's 44 metres to that telegraph pole. The tree behind is 55 metres. Nice and clear. Very bright out there though. If it was a cloudy day, this would be so clear. Alright, we'll come back around onto the 145 metre tree. 145, yeah, 145. That's it there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit the 720 nanometer infrared filter. Now this filter is what your infrared lighting that you use at night time will actually see. So you'll notice the difference when I take that one off. Colours will have changed a bit, and then when I screw this one on, it'll go way out of focus because it changes the focusing. Same again, really fine screw pitch, so it's hard to get it on. Alright, should be on there enough. Now the image has changed drastically. I'll focus that. Okay, that's with a 720 nanometer filter on it. Now that is really clear. Changes the image completely. All the branches have gone black and the leaves are fairly light. The sky behind has changed completely. It's a nice clear image though, very clear. It's at 145 meters. Okay, now we'll come round to the 63 meter tree. That's the 63 meter tree. It's a really unusual effect this filter gives during the daytime. It's good though. The leaves are white, branches are black. But that's very clear, very clear. My opinion is that it greatly improves the daytime image. So remember, we're at at 63 meters here. Now what we'll do is we'll come around onto the telegraph pole. The telegraph pole is 44 meters. It's in the right position. Right, 44 meters. As you can see by that, it has greatly improved that image. It is crystal clear. And the tree behind it, remember, it's 55 meters. And it greatly changed that too. We'll come down onto the lower part of the tree. It is such a clear image. And the tree behind it, which was pretty well in focus anyway, that's 55 meters. That is really clear. There's no birds in that tree today, but I have looked at that tree with birds in it, and when you put this filter on, the birds just stand out. You can see them as clear as. You make them very easy to pop. So for closer images, back down to the fence. It's only about 10 meters away, maybe a bit more. I don't know how far that'll be. Might be 20 meters. I haven't measured that one before. But very clear. That's nice and clear with that filter on. Now we'll come back round to this, back to the 63 meter tree. Very nice. 63 meters. Such a nice image that gives. And then we'll come back around to the 144s. That's 144. Very nice. So yep, during the day I think this filter's much more impressive. It's much nicer image. Those trees at the moment, that's probably about 160 meters. Beautiful and clear. That's the 720 nanometer filter. We'll come around to the electricity tower. I quite often look at. Now this electricity tower, how far is it? It's 170 meters. So we'll come around here and have a look. Might have to refocus. Alright, that's 170 meters. It's 170 meters to that tower. And as you can see, that filter makes a huge difference. Huge difference. It's a 720 nanometer filter. Alright, those trees through under there, they're at least 500 meters away. Alrighty, I'll just pop this filter off and we'll have a look at a towel without the filter. Alright, that's the towel without the filter. It's pretty clear. Don't think it's anywhere near as good as with the filter though. Those trees, where'd they go? There they are there. Very nice. Alright, pop it back around there again. Alright, that'll probably do us for now. Okay, thanks for watching.